And there is a movement among young men today, and not so young men online, which says that women are not worth marrying today. You might have seen this movement, which is online. They have in very large numbers looked out upon the culture and surveyed the quality of the women in our culture. They've looked at how violent the divorce courts can be, and I mean violent. Divorce courts have the authority to get someone with a gun to come to your house and remove you and take your stuff off you. That's violent. They've looked at so many different issues, and they've looked at marriage and thought, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's too dangerous. They call themselves red-pilled on the issue, and they see men who just blithely wander into marriage as blue-pilled, in which they mean suckers. That's what they mean by that term. But there is nothing new about men like that. In fact, we saw last week, didn't we, when Jesus' disciples heard what Jesus said about marriage and divorce, they concluded it was better not to marry. Remember, that was their conclusion. It is better not to marry, were those words. And E.J. Hardy notes in his book, How to Be Happy Though Married, he notes this. And yet this hesitating lover was perhaps but a type of many young men of the age. Nowadays, it is often said they are giving up matrimony or giving up marriage, as if it were some silly old habit suited only to their grandfathers and grandmothers. The complaint is an old one. It was brought against pagan youths more than 1,800 years ago, and yet the world has got along. But can all the blame be justly thrown upon the one sex to the exclusion of the other? Have thoughtless extravagance and ignorance of household economy on the part of the ladies no share in deterring men from making so perilous a venture? So you see what E.J. Hardy is saying there? He wrote this book. I'm reading the 7th printing. He wrote this book in 1887, around about there. So in the 1880s, he's saying men in his day are avoiding marriage because they don't think it's worth the cost. And then he quotes something which he refers to ancient Rome. Young men in that day were avoiding marriage because they thought it wasn't worth the cost. And the truth is that there's been men in every generation who have looked at marriage and have found it too hard a call and have sought to find reasons why they should avoid it. This has often been the way.